Hello. Welcome to Strat Chat. My name is Martin and we are back for episode 14. Now, the first thing I want to do is just talk about our Twitch stream, which we did. It was our first proper Twitch stream we did on Tuesday just gone. And we had 14 people viewing altogether, which I thought was pretty good start. It was a lot of fun. We were playing as, hang on, I can show you exactly where we were. A little duchy here called Viking around the modern city of Oslo. But we went on a Varangian adventure and we ended up with this duchy here in Kiruna. And having a lot of fun. It seems to be going really, really well. So you can watch that stream if you wish to. It's there's a playlist been set up for the streams. They're not edited, but there's pretty good kind of commentary and narrative going along most of the time. So check that out if you want to. But also don't forget that Tuesday coming, as in so this is going out on Friday. So yeah, be Tuesday coming, 7 o'clock UK time, British summer time, and come and join us. It is Strat Chat 2. I think I've got nearly 20 followers. It'd be nice to get to 30 followers. Would be a nice number to get to. Anyway, so check that out. Let's have a talk about what's going on here in West Africa. So remember, this series is going to stop on Wednesday. So this is Friday's episode. There'll be Monday's episode. There'll be Wednesday's episode, and then this will stop because on Thursday, Tours and Tournaments comes out. I'm going to be playing that on my own and not streaming it or anything or showing anybody, so I can kind of get my head around some of those mechanics. And then we'll begin a new series on Friday showcasing Tours and Tournaments. Now, if you've got some ideas, now people have asked about this. I have no idea where we're going to play Tours and Tournaments. If you've got some ideas where I should go to play Tours and Tournaments, please do put something in the comments, because I've got no ideas at all. And having said that, on that Thursday when I'm playing on my own, no doubt, I'll perhaps have a look at a couple of different realms and maybe something good will occur to me. But if you've got an idea, then feel free to say so, and I will put it on the list of possibilities. Right, let's see if we can get into Queen Abeli's. How do we say this? Ebeli? I've been saying Ebeli, haven't I? Queen Ebeli's empire, Empress Ebeli's empire, and see where she is. Now, I had a very, very interesting comment from Chris Pratt on the comments to the last episode, talking about just what a great position I might be in, being a female in a female-dominated society. Everybody's looking for the best male steward in a male-dominated world, but this empire is a female-dominated world. So it might be possible to search for characters. And get hold of some very, very, very good people. So I'll tell you what might be worth doing first is seeing if we can find any talent out there. Now, this is something that I wasn't really aware that you could do, though if you think about it, it's obvious that you can do it because it says up here save filters. Unmarried men, that's a useful thing to be able to look up. Okay, so I've got here my court, adult, male, unmarried. I can save this, I can give it a name, unmarried men, and later on I can simply click on that and I can find unmarried men. I don't know why I haven't been doing that for the last couple of years or whatever it is I've been playing this game. That's a tip from Chris Pratt. Excellent. Right, what I'm thinking is, can I use this character to attract, I don't want matrilineal because I want them to come here. Can I attract like amazing characters? Reasonably good, but I don't think better particularly than what I already have. Now, another thing that Chris suggests is going to my royal court and setting the... So Chris also suggests setting court lodgings all the way up to level 5. Grand lodgings. Now, this is supposed to make it much, much more attractive. It's quite expensive, but it'll make it much, much more attractive to really, really good women to kind of attract to my court. So we're going to be on the lookout. I mean, we have one outstanding character with 49 learning. I mean, as it happens, he's a man, but absolutely amazing. All of these are solid, aren't they? But it would be nice to have even better. So I'm doing this. I'm going for local culture, but my faith. Let's have a look at this lady. She's an atheist. Okay, fine. So my thinking with this is I don't want to give people with my culture these counties because I don't really want them to convert. Because if you look at my culture, it's still only really available in these 2 counties here and possibly this county here. Yeah, that's 3 counties. And that's because I've not been giving land to people of my own culture. If I give it to people of my own culture, they'll eventually convert it. And the thing is that this is actually the most highly developed part of this part of the world. Idoma, Igbo. I mean, there's places that, yeah, it's the most developed part of my empire. And that's how I kind of want to keep it. I want to keep developing this place. Because these 2 counties, I could perhaps, kind of really, really like sort of build them up. It's on 11 now. It is, isn't it? In fact, do you know what? I'm going to move. What's this on? 8. All right, we'll get to 11, and then we'll swap to the capital. Start doing that. We may even. Well, we don't need to do these, do we? Okay. And this is going to speed up my acquisition of perks. Not perks. Innovations. So we are currently working on quilted armour. We can actually get some really, really good troops. We've got a fascination with moats, which is useful. We're already in the feudal. We're already feudal. Probably once we've got these, we'll probably move onto this. Okay, so the big thing that I want to be doing now is simply having a period of real stability, trying to increase my kind of monthly gold, trying to improve my situation in regard to factions, because there are a few factions here, including somewhat dangerous ones. I hadn't realised quite how dangerous this faction was. Yep, we want to be working on that. Let's start the long, slow process swaying these people. I don't know if I can get some hooks on them. That would be worth looking into, wouldn't it? This guy. I mean, they're all relatively weak. See if we can find some secrets about that chap. But just it's luck, really, isn't it, about whether that actually happens. Yeah, unfortunately, these 2 people that I can arrest are not parts of this. What about kids? I do have children. So this is my main heir. This is the daughter that I will at some point probably disinherit. They would accept matrilineal. That would get them out. Right, that's good news. Right, let's go and look at my boys. None of these people seem to have daughters. Ah, okay, arranged marriage. Okay, let's go for it. So I think we're just going to press play a little bit, just see what kind of happens there. I do want to go to High Crown Authority, and that is going to be available in 8 years. That's kind of important, really. I need to stay alive. It'd probably be nice to have a hunt or something like that, just to kind of like chill things out. So we certainly might have taken some of the teeth out of this faction. I've still got another couple of boys, so it's possible that we can actually improve things even more. Okay, let's have a look at that faction. Liberty faction remains the danger, doesn't it? Do you know what? I think I've already taken the teeth out of it a little bit. I mean, they want lower Crown Authority. Crown Authority is going in the opposite direction. I think much more sensible thing for me is to just increase the size of this military. I mean, these are cheap. See, just that will make it much more difficult for this rebellion to fire, because you can see they're only just high enough in power to actually be able to like send an ultimatum. Just a little bit more troops, and hopefully I can push them back down. And if not, those extra troops will be useful anyway. The other thing in time I want to go for is, obviously, I'm going to want to take all of this land that belongs to my empire. But the other thing is just here. I think it's here. And maybe, yes, so you see here we've got the mine, the special building. And is it here? Yep, they've already built it. In fact, there's a mine there. Are they in the same duchy? Yeah. So at some point, taking that duchy of Nanding, or at least those two counties, would be a really, really good goal. I don't want to do it because I've got a couple of somewhat dangerous rebellions potentially. He's only got 4,500 troops. It's really, really not that difficult to imagine doing this. So let's just have a look. I mean, Holy War for a duchy. It's this one here. It's Manding, isn't it? And that's in Manding. Yeah. Taking that duchy would be really, really helpful. But we're going to take some time and make sure that we're in a really, really strong position here. So the Independence faction has been disbanded. Now that's not these guys. They can still send an ultimatum at any time. But the Independence faction, wherever that is, has gone, which is really, really good news. I mean, these are moderately powerful. I think if I ally these, I think that would be the end. Yeah, I think so. I think that'll push it below that line. Let's have a little look. So that's another, hopefully that's another. Right, they're now too weak to send an ultimatum. And that gives me time to work on getting hooks on him and swaying her, and this will eventually disband. I think we're past the danger of that firing. They were all quite weak. Even if they had fired, I might have been able to sort of pounce on one or two very quickly before they formed together. But even if they'd formed together, I think I'd be okay. But here we are. Not having that to worry about now. Right, we're looking to really improve our financial situation. Right, so if we want this, 70. Okay, this guy's only 43. So if we want this guy, all right, he's not going to accept. But because of my lodging standards, he's close to accepting. And this guy is content, brilliant general, only 43 years old. Invite to court. Right, if he liked me more, I think he would come. Let's start swaying him and seeing if we can get him to our court. So actually, if you look at this guy, when he does that, look at all the land that is actually not in good control. I mean, my domain holdings here are, I think this one's mine, isn't it? There's Crew, and there's Kono, and there's all these are my vassals. I think once these places start to go back into good control, our money is going to go through the roof. Dangerous faction. Okay, so that's this Liberty faction. I think it's because they gained a member somehow. I mean, this is the only thing I could potentially marry my daughter to this character. Do you know what? We can always break it off. Yeah, it's weak now. Only got 9 members. Well, it's not weak, but it's weaker. Weak enough that it can't actually cause me any real problems. Okay, let's have a look at our Chief Duchy, Igboland. So feudal elective. I mean, I think this is a no-brainer. My player heir here. Right, okay, good. I mean, at the moment, everybody's getting kingdoms, but they're getting kingdoms beneath me. Actually, do you know what? That might not even be such a terrible set of circumstances. So right now, we get the Duchy of Igboland, including all of its counties. We lose 5 titles, and they all be kingdom level. Oh no, that's the County of Oyo and the Kingdom of Yorubaland. My son gets the Kingdom of Borgu, Kingdom of Gur, Kingdom of Akan. So they would all become my vassals running those. But my daughter would be the Empress, and she'd have Igbo Benu, but she'd only have 1 kingdom. But if we make it to 850, we'll centralise it even more, I think. Okay, here they are, Orizon populists. So what is their problem? Okay, the Orizon is astray. An offensive war. So the offensive war thing should start to go down. If they rebel, they're hardly a threat. The other thing is that gradually I will change everybody to Orizon faith. So gradually we should get less and less problems of that kind. I kind of want to attack this guy. It's me saying we're not going to do any more wars. I want to attack this guy. I really want his kingdom. I mean, what is the chance? I mean, vassalage is the best thing here. Okay, the problem is that he's a king. Okay, so his king is the big problem. Rightful liege helps. Difference in military strength is helping. My powerful vassal's opinion of me. Now that might be something that I can improve. I can probably get that to 20 eventually. He belongs to your dynasty. Speaks my language and his opinion of me is very low. So obviously I can improve the opinion. So it's not something to be doing right now, but it's something to be doing in time. Yeah, my daughter has grown up and she is fantastic. I mean, we ain't going to be marrying him. There's no way we're going to be marrying him. Right, an ideal thing now would be to give her some land, some experience. 50, nice. 50, nice. 50, nice. That's 100. That's really helpful. See, my issue is a little bit that I thought that as the head of faith, by now people would be coming to me with money. So we've got communion. I'm the current head of faith. Temporal head of faith, is that right? See, I think people should be coming to me offering me loads and loads of money, but that doesn't seem to be particularly happening. Right, what do my vassals think of me? I mean, they're not madly keen, are they? I think a feast is a good idea. Quite expensive, but I think we will be getting some benefits from that. Right, every guest is gaining 20 opinion of me. That's very, 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 very valuable. And generally speaking, this is a picture that has somewhat improved. I mean, there's too many there, isn't there? Okay, I kind of want to invest money in my domain. I want to buy this. But I think what I really need to be doing is actually forming these duchies. Yeah, I need to be forming these and then distributing them in such a way that I divest myself of managing so many vassals. I mean, it's nice to see this is really dissipating. Probably in part because of that feast. I quite fancy the money. Maybe I can find some other way to get rid of him. I mean, he's only got a county. Yeah, I'll use... right, this is perfect. Right, I'll use the money to create the duchy above him, give it to somebody else, and then he can't become my councillor. Right, where is he? Go. Right, what's the duchy? Kono. Can I form Kono? With his money I can. Now I think I've got too many duchies. Okay, so let's have a look at who is in Kono. Him, who has a hook on me, and this kid. Right, he's getting it then. Okay, so he can't force himself onto my council now. So something I want to do anyway, I've used his money to do it. And he was also on this Liberty faction. Ha! That loses even more power. We'll be able to break off that marriage soon. Right, any chance of inviting him to court yet? Yep, let's do it. So, okay, right, I am confused by this, but I now understand it. Okay, so the expectation is that women fill all these roles now. But if you are a duke or a count, then you can fulfill these roles. So the guy that I've just brought to my court can't because he's unlanded. But this chap here, I really need to give him some land. I can't give him land unless he's he's rightful to inherit it. Okay, but I can still use him as a commander. Okay, right. I think I've understood that mechanic now, and I've never completely understood it before, so that's kind of good news, isn't it? I kind of feel like we're not really doing anything, but actually what we're doing is we're just allowing this kingdom to stabilise. We're going to be able to extort our subjects soon. Will give us a little bit of money. So again, we can think about what we're going to do with that. Extort subjects. Okay. So a little bit of dread, and this prince here losing opinion of me. Everyone loses 10, but I get 335. We're going for that one. We might have to go to war. Yeah, I think we've got to go to war. I mean, this chap is at war and he's losing. We need those mines. I'm going to get so excited if I take Niani. Right, he's running away now. Brings it to minus 20 though. Okay, got a siege there and we're chasing their army here. Okay, so it looks like we're going to win some mines. We have a nice little battle here. Get a little bit of prestige. And teach them a lesson for raiding me literally every time I go to war. Lovely to have a nice big successful battle. Right, we maimed one of their commanders, one of their knights. This is a much better victory. Right, let's look at my daughter. Great betrothal. Okay, who do we want her to marry? Not amazing herself. Let's look for inheritable traits. Right, who's this guy? Genius. He's homosexual. I mean, I think he'd be a great husband for her. A hell of a job trying to catch this guy. Oh, that was a mistake. Okay, we got it, we got it. Right, so he's joined the war. And we were so close to winning. I mean, how powerful is he? Powerful. He's powerful. Are we getting ticking times? Are we getting ticking score? So we're maxed out on that. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we need to stick together. That's the one to take. We've won anyway. Fantastic. Right, now, have we got enough money for the special building? We need another 101. Okay, so if we hadn't had that terrible royal court event, we would now be building mines. Okay. I think it is +5 gold though, isn't it? Yep. Preview it. Level 2 is 8, 11. I mean, this is game changing, isn't it? Okay, looks like we're going to do it. We can demand payment. We can just take it. It might only be 4 gold. We'll just take it. Right, so we can now build the gold mine. We need to set this evil woman to restore control there. And the thing is, I can build this. Makes me very happy. But longer term, I want this one as well. Before I die, I do think I'm going to take the Kingdom of Kong. Okay, my player heir has got a daughter and she is a genius. Can I educate her? Yes. And I need to make sure I've got a good court tutor. And she is good. But we have got an excellent one here. And this is actually the father of this girl, isn't it? And this is the gay genius of my daughter's husband. Okay, so I'm really, really happy that we now have a genius in line for the throne. Okay, not my next heir, but the one after that. That's very good. When she hits 16, we give her some land. All right, they're in trouble. Right, do they actually have any money? They do. Even better. Okay. Good, we just stopped it, the raid. Right, okay, there's so much going on here. Right, so household savings 130. Loot recovered 27. Victory 194 prestige. And we've got this. Okay, +2 advantage in dry lands. Oh, nice. So we'll add that to the collection. Right, so I've a fair bit of money. So I'm splitting my money. My money's got so many things to do. I want to develop my domain. I want to build up my army further because that is actually possible. Quite a lot to do with the army. I've got a whole regiment that I could form. And I want to use it to form some of these duchies to just kind of like organise the kingdom, the realm a little bit better. But, I mean, that's a pretty good investment, isn't it? We want this to be +30, I think. Yes, he's left the faction. All right, okay. Okay, so we're no longer in any danger. So we're very successfully navigating our way through this while we're waiting for, I mean, essentially waiting for control to improve. It's improving very, very fast. We need it in Niani, and then we'll need it in Idama, and essentially that's it. We're good. Okay, money is just getting reinvested constantly. So let's go for this. It's going to improve my archers and give me additional amount of money. Okay, Koki. So we've converted another county to our religion. So our religion is spreading very effectively. Let's keep spreading it in this direction. I mean, live a long time. I mean, you're already 72. Live a long time because you're so good. Right, he's dead, and no one knows it's me. Faction disbanded. Perfect. Okay, we've got another faction disbanded. Okay, where's my daughter? Right, I'm going to grant you Opanda and Nupe. So you're going to become a duchess. So she can start getting some perks for when she takes over. But to be honest, I'm 46. I've got a lot in me yet. Trade port. Farms. Okay. So I think once all those are built, and the mines, and my marshal has finally sorted out this place here with the mines for the control, I think we're going to have a lot of money coming in, and then we can start investing in expensive things. Right, I can do this. Oh, I need royal prerogative. I need royal prerogative in order to do my plan. I should have looked at that more carefully, shouldn't I? And of course I do. Of course I do. I'm used to being... The tribal era, of course, you can just go straight through them once you've had the first one. It's going to take us forever to get to that. Okay. So I'm not changing my succession type in this life. Okay, so what needs to happen is that I accept that my children are getting these kingdoms, but that I want to be getting this county here and this kingdom, and I want to be getting a duchy over here as well. So the Duchy of Igbo, Duchy of Manding, I want. Right, I might just quickly do a little war against him. Holy war for the county. Might as well be working on it. Right, so the gold mines are constructed. Now that's interesting. Okay. Right, so we need to change Niani. Right, back up with it. Right, here we go. Little battle here, and then we should have it shortly afterwards. Nice. Okay. I'm having real trouble because I want to change. This is now causing me a real headache. So this is where I'm gonna stop, and I am going to say that so far it's kind of been a success in as much as we now have good control over most. It's the easiest way to look at it, isn't it? Most of our domain. Our domain is being built up. We've navigated our way through a series of really, really tricky potential rebellions through these factions, which are getting weaker and weaker. We've expanded our terrain. We now have some of Manding under our control. We certainly have one of the gold mines, albeit that we're not able to take advantage of it at the moment. I've got my daughter lined up for a fairly successful succession, although she's going to have her brothers and sisters as kings under her. I have a granddaughter who's a genius and is probably, I like to think, doing very, very well with her education. Here we go, genius. So, I mean, she looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't she? She's only 3 at the moment, so we haven't got a education focus for her yet, but, you know, that's going to come. So I think this is an empire that's you know, we're really, really building. You know, building it up, making it stronger, better, and more interesting. And I think that the next heir, our daughter, Princess Ogachukwu, is going to take over for a short time, and she's going to be perhaps less important, but I think she'll carry on with this kind of like slow process of developing Guinea. And this must be on 14 now, is it? 13. Okay, I might change that. And we're just like building up, and our religion is spreading, you know, almost over the whole of the empire now. And there are other things that we need to do. So I think when we come back to this on Monday, one of the key things is going to be to take Kong, to feudalise Manding. I also want Manding as my personal duchy. I want to change the law so that it stays with the primary heir. And then there'll be, hopefully, eventually there'll be 2 gold mines, essentially, in that. Right, that's how we do it. Okay, it's going to cost us 500. Okay, I think we need to save this up, don't we? Yeah. So we got the control is building up as we speak. So at some point that's going to get to 500. You know, yeah, that's going to be the first thing that I do when I come back to this on Monday. I kind of want to do it now, but I won't. I think it's time to stop. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again on Monday, and you know, put a note in your calendar to come along and watch the live stream on Tuesday, 7 o'clock, Strat Chat 2. Other than that, you have a nice weekend. You take care, everybody. Bye bye.